Hi, I'm Kelly Warman, and we're here with Aaron Olshan at Rogue Space, Chelsea, with Joy Wai Gallery, and we're here to talk about his show, Visions from Babylon. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, thank
How are you?
I'm fine. It's good to be here and talk to you.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Is your background in art?
Yes, my background in art started really young. My father being a professional artist, I grew up in the art world, and I've always been exposed to art. My father being a painter and working in the art world his whole life, and my mother being a novelist, I was always around creative people. But the visual art, my connection to it happened very early. I remember when I was 5 and my father, I was with him, and we were outside and he started doing a drawing. And from that moment, I knew what I'd be doing for the rest of my life. So being an artist was really the only focus I've ever had. As the other kids were growing up, I remember them saying, oh, I want to be a policeman, a fireman, whatever, all the things that kids say. But when I was asked what do I want, I would always say, I want to be an artist. And that's all I've ever wanted, and that's been the focus of my life. Later on, as a young kid, my father put me into the Art Students League. So I studied when I was young at the Art Students League. Then I went to the High School of Music and Art. Graduated when I went to Music and Art when it was truly an elite high school. Yeah, one of the most elite high schools in New York. Then after I graduated Music and Art, I went to the School of Visual Arts, received my BFA, did my undergrad there. Then later on, I went on to get a master's degree at Hunter, my MFA in painting and sculpture.
So a bit of an early calling for you.
Yeah, it was a true early calling.
What continues to inspire you and keep you motivated in the studio? A lot of artists have trouble sticking with it and getting up and going to the studio and making work. What keeps you motivated and inspired?
For me, being an artist has really been my focus my entire life, and I have so many interests in things and so many things that inspire me, not just the world of art, but I love music. I just about know as much about music as I know about art. I love the theater, and I love books, and I've always, growing up with a mother who was a fervent novelist, and being around books and music and high culture. And my parents were very artsy people, so, it was like we were always being exposed to the ballet, theater, the opera.
So it's become a way of life.
It really became a way of life. I see myself as an artist as being a multimedia artist, and my inspirations come from, history. I love ancient cultures. I always say if I wouldn't have been an artist, I would have been an anthropologist or an archaeologist, because I love ancient cultures and I love history, and I love the connections between things. I think one thing that really inspired me as an artist was the fact that I started to see the connections between things. As I think a lot of artists do. It's like artists have that ability to build bridges between two unrelated concepts. They may seem unrelated, but somehow
artists
can connect them. And for me, being a visual artist was my way of connecting unrelated ideas and seeing, how many things in life are truly connected by really a thread. I mean, it's that close. And
so I'm never left without an idea. There's never a moment when I go into my studio where I say to myself, oh, I can't find something. You know, there's always something to dig out. Of course, you know, I don't work on one project at a time. Right now, I think I have 47 paintings going, you know, right now that I'm working on in the studio. So it's like, if I'm working on one and the ideas run out for that time, I'll pick up another one and move on to something else. Because, you know, here again, it's like they're all separate entities on their own, but they're all connected in certain ways. Of course, it's my sensibility, my color, my concept. So, you know, but they can be unrelated and related, as I think it's in this show. It's like nothing repeats itself, but in some way they're all related. You know?
Yes, exactly. There's still a cohesive
there's like a cohesive narrative without being repetitive.
Yeah.
You know? Because once you repeat yourself, it's furniture. You know?
Yeah.